What's going on, Freedom Fam? We're back again with another video. We're about to react to content creator Jennifer Moleski. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She made a video on what women want. This looks like it's pretty good. I have seen a few videos from her before. She's pretty straightforward on most of the things that she says. So let's see what she has to say about what women want in a man.
Last week, I did a video called Why Women Want a Man with Money. If you think that women are just gold diggers, my video might open some neuroconnectors in your brain. So you can watch that here. At the end of that video, I told everyone that money isn't the only thing that women are into, which is great because making gobs of money isn't suitable for everyone. Maybe it's not suitable for you. The good news is God is good to men, but men don't realize it because they compare themselves to how good women have it. Stop doing that. God gave...
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of men need to realize. There's this constant battle between men and women nowadays. You don't need to compare yourself to women. I think once you get to that point where you're steadily doing that, I think what you can end up doing, you can end up falling out of your frame that women probably want you to be in, regardless of what they say.
Looks. Why do women care? Overall, they don't. Looks are a great thing to get you noticed, but once you get noticed, you'd better have something to go along with those looks. Otherwise, women will tune you out. Men care far more about looks than women. For the men listening, think about how much you care about looks. Well, you care 4 times more than women do, especially when you're in your 20s and 30s. That is according to a study done in the UK. But looks are still fun. I'm not going to talk much about this because why do you prefer to look at something good versus something that doesn't look good? Because it's pleasing. It's an indicator of health, hygiene, and on top of just looking at something beautiful, the thought that it could be yours, to the extent that a person could be yours, is pretty awesome. That a beautiful person with all those choices would choose to press the stop button on you, that feels pretty good. When someone is good looking, they automatically get attention. When they walk into a room, people notice. They get the side glances. You know these? They get favorable treatment. They have more control. And once you have control, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, she talks about having control with your looks. That's definitely true. There is a reason why that is the first step. There's a clear reason for that. It's the same reason why looks for a woman is the first step for a man. They're gonna look past that. We as men probably place more importance on it. I don't want people to misconstrue what she's saying. I don't think that she's saying that you shouldn't pay attention to your looks as a man at all. So that shouldn't be what anyone gathers from what she's saying. It seems like what she's saying is that's only a very minute step to attracting women. That's like the very, 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 very bottom tier of getting your foot in the door. Your looks are very important. Your styles are very important. You should focus on figuring that out for a bit, but only to the extent that, you're getting your foot in the door when it comes to just attraction. And you do that for yourself. I don't even think men should think about what's going to get them far with women. You should just want to be hygienic yourself. You should want to look good for yourself. You should want to look your best at all times because you're putting your best foot forward with anything. It has nothing to do with women per se. That's just like a side thing. Like that's going to help you with it, but I don't think it should be like that should be the reason why you're focusing on that, because then you'll be looking for results based on that. And like she says, it's not a main component.
How much do you care about the personality of a woman? Okay, women care 3 times more about your personality than you do hers. So let's get to those personality traits. Number 2 is humor. I mentioned in a video once that I think men are pretty cool. I mentioned that.
Before she gets into humor, I think one thing that she brought up that was pretty interesting was that she said that women are 4 times more likely to place importance on looks than men. And then she also said that women are 3 times, or I think that's what she said, 3 times more likely to place importance on personality than men. And what that kind of proves is that men men don't want much, ladies. Like, men really don't want as much as you might think we do. You know, when you really simplify what we're wanting, I think you'll see how easy it is to actually find a man if you actually know what a man wants and you actually put yourself out there based on what men want. If you're a man and you're watching this video right now, what this should be telling you is that, you know, that opportunity is there for any one of us. It's not based on looks. It's not even fully based on personality. Women can say they want a man, but you have to know what a man wants, just like women will tell you, well, you got to know how to treat a woman. They don't really look at it from the opposite point of view. So
I think dudes are pretty great. They're strong and they're chivalrous and they're big and they're different than women and they're helpful and all sorts of stuff. At worst, they're boring. I know, honestly, at worst, they could be like murderous rapists, but that's really rare. The most common crime of men in Western culture is being boring. This isn't the biggest deal because there are a lot of boring women, so the funniest people I have ever met have been men, not women. Why? Because women don't have to learn to be funny in order to gain the attention of men. What does she have to be? She doesn't even have to be it, but it really helps her if she's pretty and kind. Funny is just a bonus. And also, it's kind of a hindrance. Men don't really dig necessarily funny women, most. And once you realize you're funny, for women, funny becomes more important than money. Now she's looking for someone to make her laugh, to have banter, to be witty. It's just adding to the list of things that she wants. You know who gets really mad about this?
this was facts. Wow. Kindness is what men look for in women. Past like everything else is just a cherry on top. There's probably some guys out there who don't know how to tell a joke and they're not humorous at all. That's fine. I think what she's saying is and I think everybody is humorous to a certain extent, I should say. Like, you just have to figure out what your type of humor is. Like, you can be a very dry person, have dry humor. I think you should be able to turn that on. Usually, if you don't have those social skills, then you can't really learn how to, you know, control a crowd or anything like that. I don't think you even have to get to that level, but like, you should know how to, you know, tell a joke. Even if it's a one-on-one thing, like you don't do well in like a huge group setting, fine. But you should be able to talk and like make a woman laugh. That's important to women. Might not be as important to men, but it's important to them.
I've asked hundreds of people the following question. Would you rather have your spouse be the best looking person in the room or the funniest? For whatever preference you pick, the other will be average. So if you pick looks, they'd be average humor. If you pick humor, it'd be average looks. 99% of men say pretty and 99% of women say funny. Try it yourself. Women like to laugh. In this study, they found that the more a man tried to be funny and made a woman laugh, the more likely she was to rate him as attractive. It doesn't work both ways, though. Men are not more attracted to a woman who makes him laugh. But it's close. He is more attracted to a woman when she and he laugh together. Men who know this secret focus on learning how to be funny, to be commanding, to get girls, to be more successful, to have a nice, funny life.
There you go. Like, she pretty much explains what I just said. So, you know, for men, they might look, and some ladies probably watch this and be like, oh man, like I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Well, now you know. As a woman, if you're making a guy laugh and he's not laughing with you, as she said, I wouldn't even say it like that, because he's not laughing at you either. But when you're like focused on telling jokes, you come off as more of a friend than a possible significant other. You know, your humor is not doing you justice, really. You're looking like, okay, well, you're just you're good in a friendly setting. You're in a friendly way. The looks aspect and other things that you might bring to the table kind of drop off. Yeah, that would go for women. And then what she says for men is that when you're able to pretty much control, like she says, like control a room or a crowd, or on a lower level to just be able to control a conversation, to have some type of game, which usually game has to do with humor. You know, you put yourself in a better position to attract women.
Humor improves life overall. It can lead to more success, more confidence. The guy who's cracking everyone up is the powerful guy. Number 3 is intellectual. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who understands AI, economics, and the cabal? Smarty pants, that's who. Women love smart guys. A study published in Evolutionary Behavior Sciences discovered that a woman's appearance was a prediction into what kind of husband she had. Attractive women tend to have intelligent husbands. And of course, it doesn't go the other way around. Being a good-looking man was not a predictor of his wife's intelligence. Women are pretty greedy, huh? Well, no, I mean, there's all reasons. Women, who are attractive or not, look up to their husbands. Their husbands are a reflection of who they are. Remember, in this last video, we talked about how women want validation, and the kind of man that they end up with is one of the most powerful kinds of validation. Because women prefer intelligent men and deem intelligence as an important trait, they want to see their man exhibit it. They want to witness their man have successful conversations and encounters with others. Women don't want to be with the guy who doesn't understand, who can't keep up, who doesn't know.
Boom. Boom. This is what we tell our guys. Like, that's why you should be about your purpose. You should be making sure that you're reading as much as possible. You should be feeding your mind constantly. It's not counterproductive to you to be doing that, especially if you're looking for a mate. Like, it's helping you. Everything you do to pour into yourself is helping you in that relationship aspect. Like, it just works that way. I wouldn't even say that you should be focused on women. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be focused on finding women. You should be focused on pouring into yourself. Women come second, and it's a far second, guys. It's a far second. Another point, just before we continue on, I'm not going to play the entire video. I'm going to make sure I link the video in the description. Check out her channel. She is doing some excellent content over there. She talked about how most attractive women have intelligent men who can be a part of intellectual conversations. Guys, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Attractive women want their men. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have that intellectual ability themselves, but they want their man to be able to do that. Now, let's just hypothetically, let's parse through this, right? Why might a woman want that? Well, maybe because to them, that becomes status. That shows that their man has power of mind in this case, right? That would also show why, in terms of the looks factor, women are going to be more attracted to a muscular man, right? Because it's a power, it's a status factor. All about controlling an environment. Can you control yourself in a conversation with other intellectual men? Because it puts you in a position where she's saying, okay, my man compares to these other men who are intelligent. Women want that. It's just a fact.
That she is confident in following. She wants to know that he's smart enough to navigate the family through a very complicated world. How can a man who doesn't know much be that guy?
Great
Are you
point.
starting?
I'm going to leave it there. She goes into other points, and you guys should definitely check that out because, like I said, she's an excellent content creator. You know, she definitely knows what she's talking about here. One last point before we kind of wrap up this video here. She talked about how that intellectual ability also shows how a man can pretty much lead his family. Guys, very important to pick up on that. Like, that's the main thing that you could get from this video, at least so far. You're going to continue on her channel. Make sure you watch, her content, the rest of her content outside of this video. What you can pick up and what you should follow through with is pouring into yourself as much as possible. You should have a set number of books that you want to read in a month. And you should be hitting those goals before you say you've hit the goal of, I want to talk to this amount of women per week or whatever it is. You should be focused on how you can better yourself. You want to get this skill in 6 months. Those are the type of goals you should have. You want to get this job, you want to transition into this career, whatever it is, whatever is benefiting you, that is going to help you when it comes to the other side. And we here at Freedom, with the Freedom Fam, like, listen, it's not just about men here, ladies. We're trying to help you too. And what she's doing, she's listing, she's kind of making it plain for women who might not know what they want in a man. She's showing you what the natural instinct for women has been, what women have wanted. So this helps out both men and women. And that's what we're about over here. We are not some woman bashers. We are not just like completely uplifting men. We're looking to better both men and women. So make sure, if you guys like this video, Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit a like on this video so you can help us with that YouTube algorithm. We will greatly appreciate it. And we're going to see you on the next video.